ready?
What?
I said, are you ready?
Yeah!
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning.
But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
I'm the man of the hour, the man with the power. Too sweet to be sour.
This is gonna be a slobber knocker.
Welcome to The Grill Out. From the heart of Shillian, West Virginia, here's your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to The Grill Out, episode 23. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and I am joined by my two illustrious and sometimes chaotic co-hosts. To my left is Jason. We actually do like him. Lykens. You got any?
Usually it's Josh first and then me.
I decided to do you first.
I don't like change.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And just going back to who he just semi-introduced, to my right, Josh Cole. Baby. It's Baby. I'm keeping it there.
I don't like change.
It's happening.
Hello, I'm Hollywood Jeff Petty, Trailer Park Jeff Petty, whatever you call me, just don't be mean. Then to my right is Adam Cole's long-lost cousin, Josh Cole. Baby. Not Baby. I'm the champion. I changed it back to Baby. And then to my left is the chaotic Jason. Pretty sure we like him now. Lykens. How's it going, everyone? And then we're like, oh, hey, Jeff. Hey, it's great. Happy to be here. Then Josh says something that no one listens to. And then Jeff does like his little like sidekick dog laugh in the background. We say, and then we just go on from there.
The bad thing is, everybody, is he got some of this out of his system before we started. So this is the back end of it.
True.
You know, I was going to say 2023 here was like a huge year in wrestling news, and then 2024 starts off and says, hey, hold my beer.
Yes, it did. I was going to say, just what with wrestling news in 2023?
No, in 2024, like what, Bobby Blaze coming out of retirement?
Oh, well,
what big news is that?
Just sit back. We're about to
Something got blazed.
Oh yeah. So just to get there was a lot of wrestling news that came out this week, and just to get pretty much the biggest story out of the way. I know we like to have fun on the show and we like to joke around and stuff. We're going to get this one out of the way. We're going to rip the Band-Aid off. Vince has officially left WWE. This ain't a work. You know, he's not going to leave and come back like he did before. He has officially resigned. So this past Thursday, Janelle Grant, a former employee of WWE, filed a lawsuit against Vince McMahon, WWE, and John Laurinaitis. In the filing, Ms. Grant alleges Vince and John Laurinaitis of sexual assault, among other accusations. Allegedly, some within WWE even knew about what was going on at the time and did nothing to stop it. Little sub-note here, Ms. Grant also alleges that she was forced to sign an NDA. For those of you that have followed this story, not through our podcast, but just within the past year and a half, there was a discovery of, I think it was $17.5 million in NDAs that Vince had paid out in, the past several years to possible other victims, allegedly. Vince was supposed to pay her $3 million per the agreement. He only paid her $1 million, therefore breaking the NDA, allowing her to file these charges. Another sub-note is a former UFC champion was also indicated in the lawsuit. Some believe this former UFC champion to be allegedly Brock Lesnar.
Kind of has to be because he's the only one.
Yeah.
Well, and also the reason why Vince says he only paid the $1 million is because he alleges that she leaked information to the press.
Yes.
Which therefore made the NDA void, so he wouldn't have to pay anymore.
Yes, it nullified it. And with the UFC champion, not that he committed the acts, but that she was forced to allegedly do certain things for this champion while they were trying to be re-signed to WWE at the time. Friday, the very next day, Slim Jim, which is a huge sponsorship for WWE and a huge sponsorship for the Royal Rumble this past weekend, announces they will put a pause on all sponsorships with WWE amidst the allegations against Vince McMahon. There was also a clause within McMahon's contract with Endeavor that stated he would remain executive chairman unless he A, died, B, was unable to fulfill his duties, An example of that would be if he were charged and had to do prison time, or C, resigned under his own power. Later that same day, Vince McMahon officially resigns from TKO, therefore WWE.
Subnote, Slim Jim recalled their pause, so they're actually back.
Yes, and then Slim Jim said, yeah, we're just like what Josh said. They come right back. Because if you were watching the Royal Rumble last night or this past Saturday, depending on when you're listening to this podcast, you noticed that Slim Jim was still sponsoring the Royal Rumble. Last night, the press conference after the Royal Rumble, Triple H was asked about these allegations and asked if he had read the lawsuit. He stated that he had not and that he found out when everyone else did. Also said he wanted to focus more on the positive side of the WWE PLE that night and pointed to the success of the Royal Rumble in St. Petersburg last night. A reporter did ask him about what the company was doing to keep employees safe from those who have power over them. He says they are doing everything in their power to keep employees safe. Excuse me. There have been talks there has been talk about Endeavor possibly cleaning house, therefore getting rid of anybody close to McMahon so they could have a fresher start. And a spokesperson for Vince did release a statement on his behalf saying that all of the allegations were, quote, lies and vindictive. Says that he will, quote, vigorously defend himself. And that's where we're at with that story. Vince is left. He officially resigned. Slim Jim was able to, they did come back and committed to their sponsorship. And yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the press conference last night and about how Triple H handled it. I understand exactly where people are coming from, where instead of addressing it from the top of the show or saying no comment or anything like that, I mean, he was in a no-win situation altogether. But saying that, you know, we're going to focus more on the positive and not the negative, kind of, it does not give a good perception to how this is being handled.
I don't know. I slightly disagree with you on there because it's saying, okay, here's a subject. Perhaps legally he cannot discuss it right now.
Yeah.
So if he just says, okay, well, instead of focusing on that, on something that I can't talk about, let's focus on something that I can talk about, which was the Royal Rumble. You know, it was a great show, great thing. So if you take one incident, however horrible it may be, and only focus on that, then you're also losing all of the good that did happen that day. Not
fair.
Anything with these allegations is good.
Yeah.
None of that is good. But if that is the only reason why you watched the Royal Rumble, then you're missing what the Royal Rumble is.
Yeah. No, I don't necessarily disagree with you there. That is just what some of the discourse has been this morning about what has been happening. As this story develops, we will update you on what's going on through the podcast, through the Facebook, whatever we got to do.
There's been one semi-development. It revolves Shane McMahon. I don't know if y'all saw.
I did not.
I have not.
Apparently, excuse me, the reason he had left WWE some years ago is because he did not want to be like Vince and actually tried to get to stop Vince from what he was doing. And so that's why he had left. And apparently, yeah, so I guess Shane is actually a good guy.
Yeah. We'll say, because again, a lot of stuff is still up in the air. We'll say allegedly with a lot of stuff, because there's a lot of legal stuff going on right now. This file, this complaint, whatever you want to call it, is, you know, it's out there in the public. You can go read it. The best way I can describe it, I am not going to repeat anything that's in it.
That's what was in the lockbox.
Yeah. The only thing that I will say about it, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, is what I read in there was pretty bad, pretty horrific.
Did you read all of the legal papers that they've
released? I didn't go through all of them. There's like 67 pages.
Yes.
I was thumbing through some of them.
I was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday reading them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
I would say.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It is a hard read.
Yeah. And I don't, the whole time this has been going on, I don't know. I don't like the discourse that's going on. I see how some people are behaving about this. I see people in comment, and I shouldn't go to the comment sections, but I've went to the comment sections and people just Could be bots, could be, basement dwellers sitting there just vigorously defending every little thing that Vince has done. Again, he does get his day in court. He absolutely does, and this is allegations. He has not been charged. But if you've paid enough attention, you've noticed a theme that's been going on.
Well, and also, we do have innocent until proven guilty, which is a wonderful thing.
Yes.
And a lot of times anymore, it is guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
Okay. And by no means at all am I defending Vince McMahon. What I am saying is that if these allegations are true, he is a horrible person.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If Miss Grant is making up these things,
same thing.
That is a terrible thing to make up to try to get publicity or money.
Yes.
I will say it was a weird timing. They just signed this big Netflix deal, and then the next day, this comes out. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, that has been brought up too about the weird timing of it. Mm. It could be her legal team, as they wanted to get this story as big as possible, and that way it doesn't get buried underneath a bunch of stuff. Again, we don't know. I don't have any insiders at all. None of us here do. We just know what everybody else knows, and that is just what has been. Well, that is what's being reported. That's where we're going to leave it. With the discourse and everything. That is what we know. There's a lot of allegations. Like I said, the more this develops, the more we will, update you on it. And Josh already alluded to the Netflix deal that they did sign earlier this week. Monday Night Raw will be going to Netflix in January of 2025. This is coming from FoxBusiness.com. TKO COO President Mark Shapiro said, the deal is transformative. It marries that can't-miss WWE product with Netflix's extraordinary global reach and locks in significant and predictable economics for many years. Our partnership fundamentally alters and strengthens the media landscape, dramatically expands the reach of WWE, and brings weekly live appointment viewing to Netflix. WWE Raw will begin on Netflix in January of 2025. Netflix will broadcast Raw in the U.S., Canada, and Latin America, among other countries and territories, over the course of the months afterwards. The question is, their deal with USA ends in September 30th? I think that's the last day of I think this year, September 30th, is the last day that they are with USA Network. There's a gap of pretty much 3 months, 90 days. Mm-hmm. Where are they going to have Monday Night Raw then?
It's the WWE 90-day no-compete clause.
Well, you know what?
That's what it
You're
is.
not exactly wrong there.
Yeah, they don't have any plan. Well, they haven't announced their plans yet, what they're going to do with that.
Yeah.
I guess they could maybe do Peacock, but I don't know.
Well, and USA says they're not going to extend it.
Yeah.
So that's off the table. Netflix maybe could come in and pick them up 3 months earlier.
Yeah.
Or, WWE could do something that they've never done, and that's just take a few months off.
I don't see that.
I don't see it, but
because WWE Monday Night Raw is the longest running weekly episodic TV show in history.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Michael Cole tells us that every week.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they stop, then all of a sudden, that time is gone.
Yeah.
I also do know that come January 2025, whenever Netflix starts broadcasting Raw, what it means for the UK crowd who still have the WWE network.
Yeah. Talking to you, Wrestle Talk.
Yeah, it is done.
Well, not just UK, but the rest of the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We still have the PLEs in the library on Peacock for now.
Yes.
Raw. Yep. And then Raw will be on Netflix starting in 2025. But everybody else, you ain't getting the WWE Network anymore. You ain't getting that nice interface that the WWE Network has, which is so much better than what Peacock's got.
And I assume when the Peacock deal ends, more than likely we'll go to Netflix as well.
Yeah.
So do you all think that the entire library is going to go to Netflix as well? Like, is there going to be Saturday Night Main Event from the 80s on Netflix?
Possibly.
The way it sounds like yes, but I don't know the full details yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on how. I think it just comes down to how the contract is wrote.
Yeah.
It depends on if maybe, they just get Monday Night Raw and they don't get everything else, or
Well, for $5 billion.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting at. So maybe that's how it is until the Peacock deal ends, and them, having the international crowd get, the library and everything, that's maybe, a trial run or a precursor to what is to come.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, like, Netflix can cut the deal off at 5 years, or they can extend it another 10 years. So we could see, like, them being on Netflix for 5, 10, or even 20 years.
Yes.
I just don't know how well this is going to go on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, a group of people to get together and they're like, oh, let's watch The Notebook. And then at the end of it, it's like, you watch The Notebook, maybe you would enjoy WWE 2015 Extreme Rules. Like, I don't say, oh, that was such a lovely story.
They enjoy Total Bellows.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And that wasn't the only big news that came out this week involving WWE. The
What?
Rock.
Tell me more.
So The Rock joins the board of directors for TKO. This is coming from ESPN.com. Dwayne Johnson, the actor, former WWE star, and most followed American man on social media platforms in the world, was appointed Tuesday to the board of directors of TKO Group.
Wait, you mean The Rock has more followers than Bobby Blaze?
Yes. Sorry, Jason.
That's not fair. I will be the lone supporter of Bobby Blaze.
You're a Blazehead.
I got you, Bobby. I got you.
The publicly traded company consisting of
I'll always be there for the hot tag for you, Bobby.
just like R-Truth last night for
Yes.
the for the Royal Rumble.
We don't deserve our truth.
No. Actually, real quick, SRS has a theory. He thinks R-Truth is like one of the smartest people in the back. He's like, I think you're a genius. Because just the way he is about things, like just last night with him walking out for the Women's Rumble, he's like, where's all the guys?
Also, has R-Truth aged since he started?
No. He's like, I think isn't he like in his early 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 51 or 52. And he looks the same as he did when he was Ron Killings in TNA and won the NWA World's title.
Before that, he was in WWE as K-Quick.
Yes, with Road Dogg, wasn't
Yes.
it? Yep.
Like, the only thing that's changed is his hair.
Yeah.
Anyways, you were talking about The Rock.
Okay, so in addition to his appointment to the board of directors, The Rock has been granted full ownership of, quote, The Rock. So Dwayne Johnson can officially call himself The Rock now. I never really paid much attention to that because everybody still calls him The Rock. He owns the trademark now, and he can use it for promotional, licensing, and other services. So good for Dwayne.
Yeah.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. So what do you think he does with it? Like, now that he can use The Rock for his own monetary gain, does he open up a quarry?
It took me a second there. I got that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what he could gain.
You want to know what you can buy here? You can buy The Rock.
Yeah.
Also, the corporation, Triple H, and The Rock.
Well, now we can really smell what he's cooking.
Yes, exactly. And technically, he is Triple H's boss now.
Yeah.
But technically, he is. So that was, some of the big stories with WWE. Locally, okay, ASW, Bash and Beckley IV, I believe. They have been announcing a lot of appearances for their show on June 1st. Naturally, we try to go ahead and give you an update, tell you which independent shows are coming up, which there's a lot coming up, like in the next few months, starting next weekend, actually, and we'll get to that later in the show. But some of the appearances that have been announced for Bash and Beckley is Brian Myers, The Sandman, Sabu and Bill Alfonso, Shane Douglas and Francine, Rock and Roll Express, Chavo Guerrero, Dustin Rhodes, Arn and Brock Anderson, EC3, and Facade, Danny Moe. Kerry Morton's going to be there also. This is June 1st when they're having the show, and they're already kind of stacking it. The card hasn't been announced yet. Also, Heath is going to be there.
Well, he better be there. He's the champion.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So the card has not been announced for the show whatsoever. And yeah, like it just, I don't know. I wanted to shine a little light on this. They've worked their butt off on this. They got they got a show, like I said, in February 10th. They got their anniversary show, I think, in March, and then they got this in June. So they got a lot coming up here soon.
If you're unaware, they call this West Virginia's WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly. So, and also we were talking. We've talked off there. We may go.
Yeah.
Depending on,
I'd like to.
I would too. I would actually like to. I've actually talked to Ivy about it, and I'm going to talk her into it.
Yeah.
I think she's interested.
What I would really like to do is get the three of us and Arn Anderson in a picture and just throw up the four and then just have Brock Anderson way in the background, like just kind of peering around a corner like, hey, Dad, I want to be a part of it too. And it's like, no, you stay back there.
That's true. That's
kind of what I want.
Yeah. That's a...
You have to take that predictions championship with you, whoever is the champion at the time.
We're going to talk about that in the next segment about the predictions from last night.
Yeah, I want to know who won.
Yeah, I'm going to let you know.
Okay.
But yeah, so instead of us having our normal, we're going to do something fun in the middle, where so much news, it's not just WWE, just so much news with wrestling in general has come out this week. We're just going to keep the news going in the next segment. So we're going to put a pause here, take a quick break, and then we will be back.
It's time for more of the Grill Out. Here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second segment of the Grill Out. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, joined by Jason Lykens. Yes, I'm doing you first. I am doing you first. And also Josh Cole, baby. So just like what we said in the previous segment, about all the news that came out this week, just in wrestling in general, we just could not contain it into one segment like we like to on the show usually. So this next segment is basically just going to be more news stories, and also I've got to give y'all an update on the Royal Rumble winner.
So I think on like the count of three, we just go into the next topic, okay? So 1, 2, 3.
Oh, ding, ding, ding. AEW is bringing back the ranking system.
I'm glad that's what we went into next.
Yeah, because it's the next one that's lined up.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was 7.
No,
and then there's 6.
No, we're 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Oh, I see that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 is bigger markets. I see that.
No, that's 7. Yeah.
It'd help if I could read.
West Virginia State University, everybody.
Yep, there we go.
Yep.
Don't worry, they don't listen.
No, they don't. They don't like us anyway. No. AEW is bringing back the ranking system, according to Tony Khan on Twitter. I know I have it down as X, but I don't care. The rankings are coming back to AEW going forward starting this month. AEW is having a very exciting January, and this is only the beginning of an amazing 2024 for AEW and our fans. Thank you all watching Saturday Night AEW Collision right now on TNT.
Now, was this
drama?
Was this right before or right after he undoubtedly sent out a tweet or X? What is it now?
It's a tweet.
A post.
Right before.
Calling it a post?
They just call it a post now, I guess.
Oh.
Because instead of retweeting, it's repost now. So.
Here's the thing, okay?
It's tweeting.
Yeah.
Quick side tangent. Elon Musk, listen.
Oh, big breath.
You had a thing here, okay? Like, they being Twitter, had their own lingo of tweet in which people would say, tweet me, even whenever it was just a message. So I don't know how you can be so smart and so stupid at the same time. Like,
maybe we should.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Didn't I have a rant about this on I think it was on an earlier episode when we were having Who You Going to Grill. We might have to bring that back just for Jason to talk to Elon.
It's like Zuckerberg was smart enough that the main corporation became Meta, but he kept Facebook.
Man, that's
well. Listen, he's a lizard person. I don't care. Like, do I believe in the lizard people? No, but he's one of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
All right.
He is a clone of a clone of a lizard person. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
And, so undoubtedly, I imagine Tony Khan's tweet, post, X, whatever, probably came after or preceded a message, post, retweet, hologram, telegram, smoke signal, sign language, Morse code.
SOS.
That would be Morse code.
Yeah.
SOS is something that you send.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I was getting to was Tony Khan needs to undoubtedly stop talking about other companies.
Yeah. He does.
I think I might have lost the message.
Yeah, a little bit. I was trying to bring us back.
Yeah.
But I will say, I may be in the minority saying this. I kind of like the ranking system. I liked it when it first came out.
I like it when it works.
Yes, and this was my thing about it. It is an interesting tool. It makes AEW unique, but it needs to be utilized by somebody who, which I guess he does technically have more experience now booking. An experienced booker could use it rather well. I think when they were first using it, granted they did map out the first couple of years of AEW. When they were first using it, I think because you can be a fan all you want until you're in there booking. Week in and week out, you're going to pick up things along the way. I think when he first started, and after Hangman won the title and all of that, I like the ranking system. That's what I'm saying. I like it. If use it properly, it can be used. It can be a very useful tool.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if used properly.
Yes.
But I also thought that the story of Hangman going for the title was much better than Hangman with the title.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that does happen from time to time. Like I would argue with Kenny Omega when he was chasing the IWGP Heavyweight title, much better than when he actually had the title. In fact, I enjoyed his AEW World Title run more than his IWGP Heavyweight title run.
Yeah.
So I mean, some people are like that. Some stories are like that. Once they get the title, it's kind of like meh.
Well, it's also boring having a babyface with the title.
Yeah, that's true. Unless it's back in the day when Bruno Sammartino had it.
Well, yeah, I mean, fans were legitimately stabbing heels on their way to the ring.
Yeah. Wrestling is wild.
Yeah.
And speaking of
wild.
It
was like grandma's doing it. Like I'm just trying to picture my grandmother doing it. And it's really hard because she's dead.
Understandable. Or like,
wait, it's understandable that she's dead?
No, that you're having trouble picturing it. I'm moving on.
Because she's dead?
I am moving on.
What is wrong with you?
So much.
Yeah. Lord.
Clint Bobsky jumping in. Speaking of just craziness within wrestling, Dark Side of the Ring has revealed.
My grandmother was not crazy. She was a lovely woman. She was like 3'2".
Dark Side of the Ring has revealed their episodes for this fifth season, and it goes as follows. Gentleman Chris Adams, Sherry Martel, Terry Gordy, Black Saturday, Chris Colt, The Sandman, Earthquake, Harley Race, Buff Bagwell.
And that's where it ends.
We still got Brutus Beefcake. They put Brutus Beefcake in there.
No.
I don't know what Dark Side of the Ring thing he's got, but it's there.
Have I ever told you about how my brother Hulk Hogan got me every job I've ever had?
Maybe that's the entire 45 minutes.
You know who they really need to do an episode on?
Who?
Jesse Ventura.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I would love to watch an episode about that. Like when with the beating Vince in court and all of that.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm the only man who's ever beaten Vincent Kennedy McMahon in court.
And he has arrived.
What do you know about Vince?
What's that?
What do you know about Vince?
I'll tell you exactly what I know about Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You know, he tried to beat me in court, but I sued him because he wouldn't give me my rightful money from the tape sales of WrestleManias. And you know how I beat him in court? I took a copy of a match that I was commentating on, and I didn't play the commentary, and I let the jury hear it because, you know, Vince said that what I did wasn't adding anything to the match.
Also, isn't it that, you know, it was...
Yep.
Wasn't it that, like, you were getting royalties from WWE?
Yeah, you know, I'm the only man to ever get a retirement from WWE. I'm still getting a royalty check.
And you did try to unify the boys. You tried to unionize, right?
I did, yeah. I tried to unionize the boys, and then someone in the back stooged me out to Vince. Turns out it was Hulk Hogan.
It was Terry.
It was Terry. You know, and up until that point, I thought we were friends, but no, he stooged me out. And now I live down in Mexico. I've got about 150 to 200 wild dogs that look at me as their leader.
Okay, Maddie, I got a quick question for you.
Yep.
So out of all of these Dark Side of the Ring episodes, which one are you least looking forward to watching, and which one are you most looking forward to watching?
Well, there's a few on here that I'm least looking forward to. One of them is probably Earthquake, because
that one's
I
all
already
random.
know how earthquakes happen in the world, and I don't need to watch a show about it, especially one that's dealing with wrestling. I don't understand why this Dark Side of the Ring is going to do an episode on earthquakes. What are they going to do? One on global warming?
Climate change.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are they going to do one there? Are they going to do one on typhoons?
Maybe.
Like, are they going to pick all the natural disasters and to do an episode on them? Besides that, probably Brutus Beefcake, because he was terrible.
Which one are you most looking forward to?
I think Harley Race is going to be a really good one, because I
believe so.
knew Harley. Harley and I, we were good buddies, and he told me once that he tried steroids a few times, but he didn't like the way it made his joints feel. So he stopped doing it, and Harley was just a tough SOB, Yeah, his dad was a butcher.
Understandable.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for your input, Batty.
Yep. I think Black Saturday could be a good one.
You don't got time to bleed, do you?
I ain't got time to bleed. Ich habe keine Zeit zu bluten. I ain't got time to bleed.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Batty.
Anything else I can do for you fine ladies?
No, we will call for your services when we need it.
That's good. I've got a Capri Sun in the back. I'm going to go in there, take me a nap.
Got some cookies.
There are no cookies.
Why'd you do that?
How many times do I have to tell you about that cookies are not a real entity? I mean, there are no cookies. My buddy Mark Zuckerberg, the leader of the lizard people, told me that there is no such thing as a cookie. And here's what I want to know, okay? Here's what I really want to know. Why is there a gate up around Area 51? That's my tax dollars paying for that. I should be allowed to go in there.
That's where the real cookies are.
I'm the one who funds Area 51. What, are you writing down some notes on where you need to edit and take out big segments?
Yes.
Because the baddie's here telling the truth? If you censure the baddie, you're censoring the truth. Yep.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Batty. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Josh, which one are you most looking forward to? Which one are you least looking forward to?
I think the Black Saturday, just because I don't really know much about it. As looking forward to, probably the Brutus. Keep Beefcake on least forward.
Okay. That's 3 for Brutus. 2 for Brutus.
Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I am not looking forward to the Brutus Beefcake.
That's
one.
3 for Brutus.
But I'm also kind of tied with Buff Bagwell on not looking forward to.
Yeah.
I think the Earthquake one could be cool because I'm hoping to hear a lot more about John Tenta's sumo career.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, which is because he had the tattoo that he had to cover up whenever he was doing sumo in Japan because they looked at tattoos as more of a like Yakuza.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Terry Gordy should be a good one.
Yeah.
But I think I'm probably looking forward to the Harley Race one because I love hearing old stories like from that time.
And Harley Race, like I don't know of a bad story that I've ever heard about Harley.
Yeah.
Hey, that was somebody that you did not want to run into. That was somebody you didn't want to get on their bad side. Was Harley Race.
I really wish that Leon White Vader was still alive because in WCW Harley was his manager, and so I would have liked to have heard those stories as well.
Understandable. That would be very interesting. I got 4. This is the 4th one. I'm not looking forward to Brutus Beefcake. I don't know what that one might. You know what? We're putting it down so much it may end up being like the best episode they got this season. Who knows? I doubt it, but still, that one. Also, Gentleman Chris Adams.
Yeah.
Gentleman Chris Adams. His story is wild. He dealt with, from my understanding, he dealt with a lot of anger issues, a lot of substance abuse issues. And he was also instrumental in starting Stone Cold Steve Austin's career. So I would like to, I wonder if they're going to contact Austin to see if he has anything to say about Chris Adams. They will most likely contact his ex-wife Jeannie, who is also the second wife to Austin. And I'm curious as to how that one is. I mean, there's a lot of interesting ones on here. I don't know anything about Chris Colt.
I don't think the Sherry Martel episode is one to sleep on.
No,
because she was very instrumental in women's wrestling.
Absolutely. the Sandman, that's going to be a wild one. I don't think it's going to be as wild as the New Jack episode.
Yeah.
But it's going to be out there.
Do you think they'll get Michael Hayes for Terry Gordy?
Oh, they've got to.
Okay, so right now, both of you, what color suit is Michael Hayes going to be wearing in that?
Purple.
Purple?
Purple? I'm going to say red.
I'm going to say orange.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. So,
predictions.
Yeah.
He's going to show up with all three.
Yeah, it's just one suit with all of them. Well, it'll be like an orange vest, a purple coat, and a red hat. And people would be like, Michael, why are you wearing that? He's like, free bird. And that's it. Just, free bird, baby.
Speaking of predictions.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
So last night was WWE Royal Rumble.
Let's hear how I won. Come on.
So y'all want to know who won?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was me, right? Mm-hmm. It was Josh.
Mm-mm. Nope.
It was you.
Nope.
It was the world.
We tied. 4 apiece. You and Josh both got 3 of the matches correct, except for the men's Royal Rumble. You both chose Punk.
Yeah.
You got Jade Cargill correct.
Yeah.
No other bonuses. I got the 1 match correct, which was Roman, and 3 bonuses. I got Andrade, Jade Cargill, and Naomi. So, per the rules of professional wrestling, we're at a draw, which means I am still your Grill Out Predictions heavyweight champion. And the belt has stickers now.
Yes, it does. It definitely looks like something.
I do like that Brody Lee one, though. It's nice.
Yeah. The Legends Never Die, Luke Harper. Made sure I put it right underneath the crown.
No, I see that now.
Yeah. Then we got Flair and Goldberg on there.
On the
But
side
yeah.
plates, yeah.
What is it?
On the side plates?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's got Tiger Mask on there. We got some LJN figures as well.
Okay.
So LJN figures right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yep. See?
Shout out to Jordan Grace in the Rumble.
Absolutely. She did she did very well. That was a pleasant surprise.
And they called it the right title and even mentioned Naomi being a former champion.
Do you think that in 2025, or 2024 rather, we're going to start seeing more of an overlap between WWE and TNA?
Yes.
You think it's going to happen?
If I think so, because Jordan sort of alluded to it on, I'm calling it Twitter. On Twitter, she sort of alluded that there is a possibility of more TNA involvement on that side. And also with them doing TNA Plus, Impact Plus through...
Premium live events.
Yeah, calling it premium live events. They're going through Endeavor now a little bit. I can see it easily.
I didn't realize how jacked she is.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize how short she was. I thought she was taller.
Yeah, she's short, but she is a competitive bodybuilder. So that all checks out. Also, I found it funny that her and Ivy Niles, is that the
Ivy Niles.
Yeah. Her and Ivy Niles were, did the suplex, holding them there, and it was the 2 smallest people in the ring at the moment.
Yeah.
It was Katana, whoever, and
now, if they would have done it to like Nia Jax and Piper Niven, then come on.
Yeah.
That's impressive. But if you're holding a feather, I could do that.
That's true. And also, just to bring him up again, shout out to R-Truth.
Oh yeah.
That was comedy gold.
We'll say Jade Cargill picked up Nia Jax like she was nothing.
That's true.
I really like the way that they used Nia in the Rumble. As much as it pains me to say it, because I'm pretty sure that at least 18 people got hurt from Nia walking out the entrance to going into the ring, but just having Nia as this dominating force in there, eliminating people left and right, and then Jade comes in and just manhandles her.
Yeah. Like it was very well how she was used. So when she comes out, Ivy and I are sitting there watching it, and I was like, she'll probably injure somebody. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, so that she'll I was explaining what was going on. About that time, the text came through from Jason. She's already injured 18 people on her way to the ring. And then also I was sitting there. It was funny because like anybody that came out that was related to The Rock, because that's like, it's not her favorite wrestler, but that's who she knows. Yeah. I'm like, that's The Rock's cousin. That's The Rock's cousin. That's The Rock's cousin. She's like, how many cousins does he have? I'm like, it's a whole family.
I mean, that's a good question.
That is a very good question.
Well, technically, he's not really in the family, but
yeah, there is a.
He's not blood.
Yeah, he's not blood, but they're
more of like a married into it kind of thing. I
yeah.
guess.
Wasn't it that Rocky Johnson and Peter Maivia, they had like a blood brother type deal going on?
Yeah.
Don't know exactly what all that entails, but yeah, I mean, they
Brothers from another mother.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's The Rock's cousin. That's The Rock's cousin. That's The Rock's cousin. So yeah, I thought the women's match was fun. I did. I
liked it more than the men's.
I've heard that. I keep hearing that from everybody because I didn't. Full disclosure, I didn't get a chance to finish watching the Royal Rumble last night. I caught the highlights this morning. Work. That's what calling being an adult is, and that's what everybody's saying is that the women's was much better than the men's.
For me personally, the best thing about the men's Rumble was R-Truth going for a hot tag.
I saw that.
Like getting the hot tag. That was the best part of it.
Yeah. And there was a video of like after the women's, after Adam Pearce went out there and got R-Truth and brought him back, and R-Truth was saying something to him, and Adam Pearce was like, I need a drink already. Like y'all are already pushing it with me. I gotta get a drink. The Roman match, predictable, too predictable.
Mm-hmm.
The Kevin Owens match, Kevin Owens and Logan Paul match. I wanted Owens to win it. I knew he wasn't going to win it, even though I chose him. I'm kind of iffy.
That's what screwed you.
Yeah, that's what screws me a lot on these predictions. It's who I want to win. It's not who I think is going to win.
Yeah.
Except for this time, for some reason we tied. But Bayley wins the women's match. I was sitting there watching it. And I was, Bianca and hers going at it. I'm like, come on, Bianca, just throw her out. Just throw her out. Give me this point. Nope. Bianca gets thrown out.
Here's my thing. Like, Natalya gets a bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Natalya is a great worker. Great set of hands. Terrible charisma.
She ain't got the charisma.
No, there's no charisma there.
No.
Like, her dad had a whole bunch more charisma than she did. And all he did was, like, rub his goatee and laugh. Like, that's what he did.
Yeah.
And it was a lot more charismatic than what she does.
The audience is not seeing this right now, but I'm stroking my goatee. Yep. Well, not goatee, but my beard.
Yeah, she has no charisma.
None.
And I don't think they're ever going to give her a mouthpiece or anything. Natalya will not. The only way she will get the women's title is if it's hey, thanks for your 50 years of service. Now here's your week-long run.
Transition champion.
Yeah.
Like, Natalya, she does get a bad rep, but she's the best way I can put it. If you're going to compare her to anybody else in the Hart family, Bret Hart, but I still say Bret's got more charisma than she does.
Yeah,
and that's saying something because Bret at times does not have the charisma.
No,
like except for that time he was right before he left WWF, and all of that was going on between him and right before the screw job.
Yeah,
whenever
he was just saying his honest feelings on
yes.
there.
Yeah.
Well, that's not charisma. That's just
but
real.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the closest it ever got.
Yeah.
So, but yes, we tied for the predictions, and per wrestling rules, I retain the title.
You do.
I retain the title. So
who is the longest reigning champ with us?
That's a good question. Who is it? Is it Josh, maybe?
I don't remember.
We haven't really. We just introduced the title about 3 months ago. This actual belt that I am holding.
I want to say Crown Jewel.
Okay, was it Crown Jewel we introduced this?
I think because I brought the actual one.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe Josh. We'll start keeping track of it now.
Okay.
Now that I'm the champion.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back into history and look at predictions.
Yeah. Or, if you fans, all three of you out there.
Ivy, if you would like to do that.
She listens.
Yeah. I know you do, Ivy. I know you're listening.
She does. She's a fan.
I know you're listening, Ivy.
I'm going to get a phone call when this comes out.
Yep.
And she's just going to be like, what was that? And you talk to him about it. Anyway, yep, that's predictions.
Yep.
Coming up next, we have on this day, what?
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
We have
What?
on
What?
This
What?
day
What?
in wrestling history.
What?
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay.
Once again, here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the last segment of the Grill Out. I am your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, Trailer Park Jeff Petty, Trailer Trash Jeff Petty. Please be nice to me. To my right, Josh Cole, baby.
He did it.
Yep, I'm doing it now. I'm going with Josh. We're not going to change it, Jason.
Thank you.
And Jason Lykens, everybody.
That's right.
Yep.
You see, doesn't that, it flows so much better. It feels better. You save the best for last.
I knew
feels
it.
better, you know?
I knew it.
Josh is in there in the middle, just not really being acknowledged, like with Sting. Just not acknowledged.
Just mid-carding.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see, I'm like, you're the curtain jerker. Okay.
Yep. I'm the opening match.
Yeah.
Vince likes you.
Josh is the like reliable mid card. Like,
Yeah.
you know he'll be there.
Yeah, like Natalia, a heck
Good
of a
hand.
hand.
Yeah. Or Dolph Ziggler.
Yes.
You know, he's there.
Nick Nemeth now.
Yeah. He's there. He's reliable. He pretty much always shows up. And then there's the main eventer who can come and go as he pleases, and no one holds him accountable for when he is or isn't there. You know, he's
You do sort of have a part-timer type deal going on.
yeah. Well, I'm the
Well, I
oldest
don't know.
one.
You've been here for the past like 5 episodes.
I know it's my longest stretch that I've done.
What's the road to WrestleMania? We
It
need you
is.
here.
It is.
And then WrestleMania is going to hit, and he's going to take off for 3 months.
Yeah.
Till SummerSlam.
No. I'll be back for like the podcast after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then I'll talk about how it's like, guys, listen, okay, I love being here. There is no place better than being on this podcast, and then you won't see me for like 4 months.
Yeah, because he's got to go out to Hollywood and
Yeah,
do some.
gotta do some shooting.
Yeah.
Maybe Up. I don't know.
Yep.
Like a live action version of Up. I don't know. So I may be shooting Up.
You're going to have to shave your beard then.
No, I'm actually playing the dog.
Oh well,
Yeah.
that would be.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about
You
that.
see, here's my line. I live under your porch because I love you. See, not
On
creepy
this,
at all.
No, not at all. On
I
this
live
day,
under your porch
on this
because
day
I
in
love
wrestling
you.
history.
I love you.
Production purposes. On this day in wrestling history, January 28th, 1991, on a WWF Superstars of Wrestling taping, Paul Bearer, made his WWE debut when he was introduced on the Brother Love show, I Love You, as the new manager of The Undertaker.
I love you. I hated Brother Love.
He's so annoying, but I like saying, I love you. Yeah. January 28th.
Well, that's why I live under your porch.
2007. WWE's Royal Rumble pay-per-view took place at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. The Royal Rumble match itself came down to 2 Texans, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. The two then engaged in a match within a match that ended up as the longest time the final two alone have spent in a Royal Rumble. Eventually, The Undertaker eliminated HBK to win the match. The Dead Man was the first man ever to win the Rumble after entering in the number 30 slot, which is kind of crazy because now that is the most win spot now.
Yeah.
In the Royal Rumble, and this was just in 2007.
Prior to that, it was what, 27?
Yep, it was always 27.
Yeah.
I think 27 had like 3 or 4 at that point, but now 30 has 5. Reference 2 episodes ago.
Who is what's his name? Something Waller.
Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller. I have a little bit of a problem here. Okay. Whenever he drew his number, there was a 6 on that slip of paper. Didn't he come in at 3? It's almost as if it's scripted, and it didn't matter what number he drew.
Real quick, we got to explain something to Jason. We're back.
Are you kidding me? Since when?
Since forever.
What?
Yeah.
What? Like,
Yeah.
But I
He's dumbfounded right now.
Since when did this happen?
Well, it started back in the 30s with the Gold Dust Trio, and they thought it would. They
Wait,
could make more.
Gold Dust was in the 30s?
Boy,
old.
man, we gotta. We're
timeless.
we will explain more off the air to him. January 28th. This is the last one for this segment. 2018. History was made at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The event played host to the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match that was won by Asuka. Immediately afterwards, UFC legend Ronda Rousey came to the ring to make her WWE debut. She did not know how to point correctly, according to some people. That wasn't in the script. That was just something that I added.
Yeah.
Early in the night, Shinsuke Nakamura eliminated Roman Reigns to win the Men's Royal Rumble, and the bar. We're not. Well, yeah. How did it go? We're not the bar. We set the bar. Something like that. Sheamus and Cesaro.
We don't set the bar.
Yeah.
We are the bar.
It was a good tag team.
We don't set the bar. We are the bar. This is probably a very offensive impression.
Sounds more like Finn Balor.
It does not sound more like Finn
Look
Balor.
at my abs. I've got the abs of a god.
He does.
As opposed to me. I also have the abs of a god. It's Buddha.
Fair enough. I have flabs.
Funny enough, though, Buddha is not actually God. He's a religious entity.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You hear that, Ivy?
The bar, Sheamus and Cesaro won the Raw Tag Team Championship against Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins. Due to a neck injury, this match ended up being Jason Jordan's last ever wrestling match.
I'm shocked it wasn't Seth Rollins giving Jason Jordan the injury.
Fair.
No.
Fair.
Because, it worked out well for Finn.
Sting.
I heard from Sting, by the way.
Yeah.
He had a message for you. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. So I was talking to him. I said, Stinger, why are you calling me? And he said, Jay, listen.
He calls you Jay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's allowed to. He's an icon. So I have to start over on my story now. He called me. I said, hey, Stinger, why are you calling me? I said, Jay, listen. I've been thinking. And all this stuff about Josh Cole, I want to tell him I'm sorry for absolutely nothing. I hate Josh Cole. And I said, Sting, that's fair. I'll talk to you later. He said, all right. I love you. And I said, listen, Stinger, I love you too, buddy. And then he told me that he wished I was his son.
Are we sure this is not Christian?
No, Christian calls me just to tell me that my dad's dead. And I'm like, I know, I'm aware.
And he hangs up the phone.
That's it. It's like, Jason, your dad's dead. And then he hangs up.
Then what happens is then Jason will call Christian back. He'll go straight to voicemail, and then he just does the what chant.
What?
So, yeah. All right. Last thing, the main event, regularly scheduled program. I can't say that word correctly.
Regularly?
Yeah, I can't say it regularly. I cannot say that.
Don't you write the script? Don't
I know
put
I
it
write
in
this.
there.
I don't know.
Work around it. Use a synonym.
That's
my favorite cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, gosh. Monday Night Raw. Tuesday, NXT. Wednesday will be Dynamite. Thursday will be TNA Impact and Ring of Honor. Friday will be SmackDown and Rampage. Saturday will be Collision. Also, just to toss it over to Josh, he has something that, well, I didn't know about this till we started recording.
Let's hear it.
Well, this thing is actually after the last thing you had listed, if you want to say that first.
Oh, Jesus. It got tossed to you, Josh. You pick it up. You see, this is why Sting doesn't like you, okay?
Oh, my God.
Jeff threw you the ball. He handed it to you, and you were like, wait a second. It's not my play yet. Let me get the next one.
I was just going to add that, yeah, ASW has there's a lot of independent shows coming up. I said that earlier in the program. ASW has one on February 10th called My Bloody Valentine.
So the next weekend, President's Day weekend.
You see, you didn't even wait to get it thrown to him this time. He was like, oh, give me the ball. That's mine.
I tagged in. Hot tag.
Yeah.
No, it was a no-look pass.
No look pass.
Yeah, no
More
look
like
pass.
a blind tag.
Yeah.
And you're just standing in the ring baffled, like, what? I was getting ready to go for my finisher. Okay.
So the President's Day weekend, this will be the first time we'll have a UFC WWE dual weekend event. It'll be Anaheim, California. UFC will be on the Friday or Saturday night, and then Monday Night Raw on the Monday, the same arena. I think it's the Honda Center. But yeah, first UFC WWE weekend.
And that's President's Day.
That weekend.
The weekend, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that was an interesting show.
Yeah.
It was a good show. Interesting, though.
It was something.
It was something. If you're listening to this on...
Sorry if you're listening.
Yeah. If you're listening to this on 1490 AM at 106.7 FM WSW, yeah, we'll be on here every Monday at 1 o'clock. If you're listening to this through the podcast,
we're on the radio?
We are on the radio now. Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We listen to the radio.
Anywho, that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Go like the Facebook page. It is in the description down below. And also, you can email us at thegrillout95@gmail.com. Until next time, fellow wrestling fans.
Goodbye, and good night, back.